Okay, so as you already heard, my name is Stella, and I just want to clear something up right now while we get started. My parents didn't name me after the reason... Ow! Be right back. My parents didn't name me after the reason I was conceived, so it's not like one of those things where people have a dirty weekend and they have a pregnancy out of it and decide to show off where they can afford to bang by naming their child after the place it was conceived, like Brooklyn, Cairo, Ayia Napa, that kind of thing. That didn't happen with my name, so I'm not called Stella because I was conceived in a pub toilet in East London. I don't have a twin sister called Carlsberg, my parents aren't alcoholics, it's got nothing to do with that. So those of you who are thinking what is she going on about, it is because most people, when they think of my name, think of the Belgian beer Stella Artois. It's funny because depending on who I'm talking to or who I introduce myself to, I get different reactions to this. So I have a Belgian flatmate, and he was like, "Oh, that's so cool, it's my favourite Belgian beer, it's so classy." And then I met some Australians while I was travelling this summer, and they said, "Oh, there's nothing better than a cold can of Stella Artois on a hot day." I wish I got that in England, I really do. Is there any British people in?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have a slang name for Stella Artois. It's not classy. We call it the wife beater. And that's because instead of the classy man on the advert sipping from a chalice of Stella Artois in a business suit, we think of a fat, middle-aged man in a string vest, curry-stained tracksuit bottoms on his first can at 10 in the morning whilst watching Jeremy Kyle. And also the fact wife beater refers to his extracurricular activities. So that's nice, having a name that conjures up domestic violence. Thanks, Mum. No wonder why I have parent issues, you know. So yeah, as I said, I'm English, and thanks to America from the other week, I don't feel embarrassed about it anymore. So since June, like in between after Brexit and before Trump, people would be like, "Oh, so where are you from, Stella?" And I'd be like, "England." "Sorry, what was that?" "England." "Sorry, what was that?" "England." "Oh, Brexit, why'd you leave?" "I didn't do it." And I've just lost track of where I was. It's funny because one of the big things that people have got an issue with immigrants and stuff in America is they say that they're coming over and bringing all this stuff with them and they're wrecking the country, though I think America forgets that actually a lot of things which are American they nicked from other places. For example, the national dish, the hamburger, is German, as is the symbol of New York, the pretzel. They claimed they invented democracy, but Greece kind of got there a bit before them, socialist. And, you know, as with their obsession with status and money and misplaced patriotism, oh no, wait, no, that is theirs, they can have that. It's a very awkward time at the minute, it's very tense between all the political powers. I tell you what, I would love to be at their Christmas party this year, and that awkward bit when they do Secret Santa, I mean, that will be the most passive-aggressive thing ever. I mean, you can just imagine what they would get. Obama gives Trump a book on how to talk to women. Trump gives Hillary emails for dummies. Angela Merkel gives Theresa May a mixtape, including When Two Tribes Go to War and Who's Laughing Now by Jessie J. And Theresa May gives Nigel Farage the paperwork on how to be a US citizen. I would love to see that day when he gets the fuck out of our country. So yeah, I am English, and being English, you kind of inherit being prude. Brits are prude. Normally they can't talk about sex in public. We have this thing where if we're not drunk or we're not with close friends, we kind of can't say the words, so it ends up being something like this. "Oh, I had sex last night with Julian." You could never have an English person doing a sex audio tape or like the 50 Shades of Grey. It wouldn't work. People would think it would be broken. Every dirty word would be vetoed. Like, So then he put penis into my vagina. And because of that, that has kind of seeped into my sex life too. You know, I'm fine when I'm in the sexy zone and it's all going on, but that bit afterwards when they want to talk about it and analyse it, I can't do that. I had this once, a guy was like, oh, how's that, babes? How's that for you? What do you want? Do you want like a TripAdvisor star review? Say, like, our service was sloppy and I was like disappointed at the end. Well, considering the equipment used, I was rather satisfied. I mean, what do you want me to say? And I find that I love rom-coms, but they've ruined sex and relationships for me. They're so perfect, they're so idolised and everything. And, you know, they never have that awkwardness that you have in real life. You know, sex and a love scene in a film is so beautiful, it like flows amazingly, there's no awkward bits where you can't get your jeans off like from down your knees and you're sort of waddling around like a penguin, or like you trip or something. You know, what I would really like to see in a film one day is that awkward bit between foreplay and intercourse where you have to stop to put the condom on. I would love to see that. And for people that don't have protective sex in here, it goes a little bit like this. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I'm close. No, I'm close. Oh my god. No, let's have sex. Let's do it. Fuck me. Just fuck me now. Okay. You're gonna. Okay. Are you ready? Okay, let's go. You know, I would love to see that in a film. I really would. Anyway, guys, you've been great. This has been a good second time.